When you say to like men being lonely, what's the root of that?
Pride. I say that just because I feel like sometimes I'm lonely. Like, just in the sense of like, I'll be at the house, I'll be like, just bored. You know what I mean? I want to do something, but like, you don't, like, I just don't, like, who am I going to hit up today? And it's not that I don't have friends and it's not that I don't have people I could hit up, but it's like, I don't know if I want to bother them today or, like, they probably like, it's different kinds of friends. Like, most of my friends now all have kids and families, and the only one that doesn't is works a job like 90 hours a week. So it's like, you can't just hit up people and be like, hey, like, let's drop anything and go do it. Right now, my life is really, really flexible because, I have a fiance and a dog and a cat. Like, I don't really have responsibilities outside of my work. So I feel like I'm free all the time, but my friends aren't. And so when I want to do stuff, sometimes I'm like, damn, like, I don't really know who to hit up. And I feel like for me, a lot of times that's like pride.
Mhm.
That's kind of where what I think about.
Sometimes I feel like my loneliness comes from societal expectations that maybe don't even exist. 'Cause I have, like I said, I'm very close to my father. I'm really close with my mother. I have three sisters. I have a girlfriend, and I know that if I picked the phone up and called any single one of them, and also I have great friends. If I picked the phone up and called anybody and said, "Hey, like I'm really struggling. I'm going through this stuff," they'd be there for me to support me. But I don't, and I like when it comes to stress with work and when it comes to maybe my relationships, sometimes I just bear the brunt of all that stuff on myself. And especially as I start to get older and I start to look around and say, like, I want to build something that's going to outlive me, that weight and that stress I take on by myself. And I talk about it with my therapist, which I think has saved me a lot of stress that gets built up because it just is something that just manifests itself in something else.
Mhm.
And like that weight, that pressure, everything that I have, like you guys said, I have a super demanding job. It it kind of sometimes crushes me internally, and like I feel like I'm the only one who gets it. I'm the only one. Like I
Mhm.
can't tell my dad this because I don't want my dad to worry about me. I can't tell my mom this because I don't want her to think that her son is struggling and she may not be able to help me. I don't want to tell my sisters this because they might not understand. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I make up these lists in my head on why I need to take this one on the chest and handle it by myself.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that's necessarily me being a man. I'm sure that there are a lot of women out there that feel the same way, but I can only tell you what my experience as a man. And I think a lot of things in our society, maybe less now that we're getting older. And I think like the world feels like it's telling, young men and young boys and older men too, that it's okay to feel this way. But it's, we're raised by a generation of black people who would experience things, white knuckle it and keep going.
Yeah.
And you trace that back as far as we or as long as we've been on this continent. That's
Mhm.
just how black people approach things.
Yeah.
And we're like I said, I think that like we're part of a generation that is accepting of therapy and accepting that people like it's okay not to be okay. But we're raised by that nonetheless.
Yeah. I wonder if mine is similar to yours and it's just a different definition because I think when it comes to loneliness for me, I always feel like I'm not lonely because I always feel like I don't need nobody.
Mm.
And I don't know how much that has benefited me because it's gotten to the point where I believe it. I really feel like I don't need nobody, which also means that I can get rid of people really quick.
Where do you think that comes from?
I think the way that I was raised and like I think seeing two broken homes, like I seen my mom and dad get divorced. I seen my high school coach and his wife get divorced and they were two like pretty bad divorces. So there is no trust to me. I think I think also being like pretty promiscuous as a young boy all the way through college that I can have a girl and like get another girl whenever I wanted. Like I didn't need them. And then, when you're playing football and you realize that your friends are really your enemies when you're on the field and you're trying to get the starting job. So you don't really trust nobody and you don't really need nobody. And the way that I grew up is like you got to stand on your own 2 feet. And I've been jumped before. I've been bullied in middle school by gangs and stuff like that. And you just don't trust nobody. And you got to stand on your own 2 feet. And then I think also playing running back. I played running back all through high school. I didn't play defense I played defense when I got to college. Once I get the ball, it's up to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just me. Like, I got to score. Like, I don't care what the O-line does. So I think just the way that my life is panned out, I don't need nobody. And I can figure it out by myself. And what's interesting is prior to us talking, I was talking to Alex and we were talking about being human and how to be human means you need to be capable of feeling. So I just didn't allow myself to feel, which means I ain't got time for you because I ain't got time for me. So it is what it is. I don't need you. I got me. And I'm not going to listen to myself that I feel lonely because I'm not going to identify with that at all. It's like, I'm not lonely. Like, I'm going to get my ass up, do something. So maybe the people in my life were the tasks and projects, working out, trying a new routine, starting a new diet, getting a new girlfriend, having a kid, whatever. I kept myself doing something that needed, like that task, like that end goal needed to get done. So I don't need nobody. Like, there's a job to be done. You know what I'm saying? So I think for me, I never felt lonely because I don't allow myself to feel it. I'm not allowing myself to be human because of my conditioning and then convincing myself and believing it. And that's it. And I think the more that I start to feel, the more I start to get afraid because now I'm actually feeling lonely. I'm feeling hurt. I'm feeling sad. And and with all that, I feel needy and I don't like feeling like that. So going back to the revival link, I'm potentially allowing myself to feel needy or like expected to be there. Like, bro, I'm telling you, it was like not comfortable for me to go there. I swear to God, I was like, bro, I gotta walk in here and I gotta like talk a certain way. Like, but I didn't feel that way once I left. So all that to say, yeah, I don't feel lonely because I don't allow myself to feel lonely. But I'm human and I probably do feel lonely a lot. And that's stuff that I'm realizing now. You know, like bro, even I think the week before last or something. And I like, like when we go to the casino, we always send the Dave Chappelle like crack, crack. And I sent it. And those are little experiments of me being like, yo, I want to hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is hard for me, bro. It's so hard. But I like how I feel when I'm hanging out with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just different because we look alike. Like, and that's all right. Like I can say that. Like I can say that now. You know what I'm saying? Because like my relationship with Alex is like blood couldn't make us closer. You know what I'm saying? And I have a strong bond with him, but me and Alex don't look alike. You know what I mean? So there's things that we can't connect on, but what's special about me and his relationship is that now we can like look at our lives as a black male and him as a white male, but our morals are the same. So it's a beautiful relationship in that way. You know what I'm saying? Like when we've talked about well, first of all, now you're like, I know your mom's half white, so like you're white too, right? But you identify as black, and that's fine. But we
hate this nigga, bro.
I can't say one word around this.
It's fine. Now I got dirt on y'all. So now, like, I didn't know that. I knew Coach was half white, but you your grandma was white. That's how I felt like you were white. So it's fine. So I forgot where my thought was going.
Exactly, Smokey.
I forgot where my thought was going, bro. But anyways, that's how the loneliness for me is. I didn't allow myself to feel it. And now that I'm stepping out and allowing myself to feel, it feels good to know that you're wanted. Like that feels good.